أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين وآله الطيبين الطاهرين واللعنة الدائمة على أعدائهم أجمعين إلى يوم الدين أما بعد فقد قال الله الحكيم في كتابه الكريم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ولقد يسرنا القرآن للذكر فهل من مدكر صدق الله العلي العظيم. Inshallah, we'll be moving on to part 2 of Unit 1 today, which is page number 24 of the book. Inshallah, we will be moving on in our concepts with Fail Mudari'. So, Fail Mudari' is one of the most important concepts of Ilm Sarf. And I always say that the Fail Madi are the pillars of the building, and Fail Mudari' is the plinth or the ground floor of the building. So whenever you want to enter the building, you always enter the ground floor. You don't go straight to the base, but you first go to the ground floor. So this is very important because all the other derivatives of fail amr, fail nahi, fail jahd, fail nafi, and istifham, and all the other sighas of majhul and ma'ruf are drawn from fail mudari. So this is one of the most important concepts that we are discussing today. If you haven't seen our lessons on fail madi, please go and see those lessons first. It is necessary, it is essential that you know how to make fail madi, and you also know how to conjugate it. If you don't know the conjugation of fail madi ma'ruf, please don't watch this lesson and go and watch that lesson first about fail madi. Let's start with A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. So part 2 is of unit 1 is fail al mudari'. In Arabic, the word al mudari' is used to denote two tenses. The first one is the present tense. So in Arabic, it is known as hal. So hal is the name of a zamana. Zamana means a time. Time means hal means now. What's happening now? And then there are two types of a present tense. So present habitual, which is an action that takes place regularly, like Zaid walks. And then the present continuous, which is an action that is taking place right now, like Zaid is walking. And the second thing, number 2, is the future tense. So in Arabic, this is known as mustaqbal. Mustaqbal is the name of a time period, like we say that past, present, and future, right? So in Arabic, we have two tenses actually, the fail madi and fail mudari. And then when we use a fail mudari, that word of fail mudari can mean any one of these three. Either it is Zaid walks, or it is Zaid walking, or it is Zaid will walk. So one word can be translated in three different translations, and that will be according to the context. Okay, the translation of fail mudari is contextual and very flexible. So inshallah, as we move on, inshallah, this concept will be clarified more. The context of the sentence or paragraph will help determine which tense is being referred to. So understanding the sighas of fail mudari. Each sigha of fail mudari is made up of 4 components. In Madi, we saw that each fail has a fail and a pronoun attached to it. Here it has 4 components. The first component is the verb itself, the fail. And then the second is the dhamir. So in Madi we had fail and dhamir, like fail with fa'il. So here again, fail, number 1 is fail, number 2 is the pronoun or dhamir, number 3 is the hurf al-mudari'. I call it alamat fail mudari'. So the letter which precedes al-mudari'. These letters are hamza, ta, ya, or noon. Hamza, ta, ya, noon. It is called huruf atain. Okay. And number 4, alamatul i'rab. So this will be discussed later. The table below shows the components of fail al-mudari'. So here we have got the components of fail mudari'. Fail mudari' is one word. For example, yaftahu. So yaftahu starts with a ya, right? Then we have, then what we have is the fail itself. And then we have the dhamir attached to it. And then the alamat al-i'rab. So noon here in the word yaftahuna. In the word yaftahuna, The first ya is called harf mudari or alamat mudari. Then the second thing is the verb itself or the fi'l. The third thing is the pronoun attached to it or the damir. And then the last thing, the fourth thing is the alamatul i'rab. So in fi'l al-mudari, 5 sigas have a damir mustatir, and the 5 sigas have damir mustatir. We have discussed what is a damir mustatir. Damir mustatir is the pronoun which is hidden inside the word itself. We don't write yaftahu huwa. We don't write huwa yaftahu. We just write yaftahu. And then we don't write hiya taftahu. We just write taftahu. Taftahu means hiya taftahu. And then we don't write anta taftahu. Right? We just say taftahu. It can mean either you, it can mean either anta, or it can mean hiya. That's also contextual. And then we don't write ana aftahu. Instead, we write just the word aftahu, and ana is hidden inside. And then we don't write nahnu naftahu all the time, every time. Nahnu is hidden inside the word naftahu. So if the alamatul fi'l, if the harf al-mudari is noon, then it is understood that it refers to the pronoun of we. If the hidden pronoun is hamza, if the alamatul mudari is the letter hamza, it certainly means I. So let's move on to clarify the concept of fi'l al-mudari. The conjugation of fi'l al-mudari is given below. You have to memorize the conjugation, the tasreef of fi'l al-mudari. It is 100% essential. We cannot move on in ilm al-sarf without memorizing the conjugation of fi'l al-mudari. So what is the conjugation? What is the tasreef for fi'l al-mudari? It starts like this: yaftahu, yaftahani, yaftahuna, taftahu, taftahani, yaftahna, taftahu, taftahani, taftahuna, taftahina, taftahani, taftahna. And then the remaining 2 sigas, aftahu and naftahu. So when we say aftahu, it means ana aftahu. And when we say naftahu, it means nahnu naftahu. But we don't write ana or nahnu. Same here. When we say taftahu, it means anta taftahu. You open, or you are opening, or you will open. All the 3 translations are correct according to the context, right? So let's now move on in the explanation of the translation of fi'l al-mudari. So let's start with the first one, which is al-ghaib, siga number 1, which is yaftahu. Yaftahu has zamir mustatir, a hidden zamir in it, a hidden pronoun, which is huwa. So we don't say huwa yaftahu. Instead, we just say yaftahu, and it means he opens. He opens, or he is opening, or he will open. Any one of the 3. Any one of the 3. So when we say yaftahu, it means he, right? Yaftahu, huwa yaftahu. And then the siga number 2 is yaftahani. Yaftahani. In the word yaftahani, the first letter is the alamat fi'l mudari, which is ya. And then the alif here is for tasniya. And noon here is called noon i'rabi. Noon i'rabi. The noon that you can see here is noon i'rabi. All the noons here in orange color are noon i'rabi. So the second siga is yaftahani, and it means they both. We should write both. They both open, or they both are opening, or they both will open, according to the context. Let's move on to siga number 3, which is al-ghaibun. So the siga for it is yaftahuna, and the pronoun here is wow, which is alamat of the jama here, jama muzakkar, and it means they all open, or they all are opening, or they all will open. So any one of the 3 translations is correct. Then we move on to number 4, which is al-ghaibah. She. So the word here is تفتح again, تفتح, and then تفتح means هي تفتح, هي تفتح, and it will translate into she opens, or she is opening, or she will open. So all the three translations are correct in context. Then we move on to the next sigha, which is sigha number 5, and that is غائبتان. So two ladies which are غائب, غائبتان, right? Two ladies which are not present here. So we will say they both open, or they both are opening, or they both will open. Then we move on to sigha number 6, which is al-ghaibat. And here what we have is noon niswa. This noon here in the purple color is noon niswa. The sigha here is yaftahna. Okay, don't mispronounce it and don't say yaftahna. Otherwise it goes wrong. Yaftahna. Noon fatha na. So noon fatha na here is not noon Arabi. Instead it is noon niswa. And noon niswa is mabni. It does not change in any situation. Okay, throughout the Arabic text the noon niswa never changes. Okay, and then how can we translate it? We translate it like this, that they all ladies, they all ladies. Here he has written feminine plural, FP. So FP is feminine plural, which is jama muannas, jama muannas. So jama muannas is they jama muannas, like they all ladies open, or they all ladies are opening, or they all ladies will open. Okay, so keep in mind that noon niswa cannot be changed or dropped in any circumstances. So this was for the first six sigas of al-ghaib. So yaftahu, yaftahani, yaftahuna, taftahu, taftahani, yaftahna. Then we will move on to siga number 7, which is again taftahu. Now, let me mark it for you first. 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we have 7. So now from number 7, as you know, that we have the sigas of al-mukhatab. Al-mukhatab. Mukhatab means the person you are talking to is the mukhatab, is your mukhatab. Okay, don't say mukhatib. That's an Urdu word. That's another word. Okay, say mukhatab, the person who you are talking to. And of course, al-mukhatab is a male. When you are talking to a male, you say taftahu. And what you mean by it is anta taftahu. Means you open. You open, or you are opening, or you will open. So you see all the three translations go throughout the conjugation. So taftahu means anta taftahu, and it translates to you open, or you are opening, or you will open. Now, there is some easy part in the conjugation of al-mudari. It may seem like a little bit difficult, but it is actually easy. That sigha number 8 is the same as sigha number 5, is the same as sigha number 11. So out of 14 sighas, 3 of them are the same. Taftahani, taftahani. And another one is down below at number 11. Taftahani. So how do you figure out that either when we are using the tasniya sighas, which one is it? You figure it out from the context. You figure it out from the context. But the word is always the same for dual. Only the ghaiban is yaftahani. All the others are taftahani. Right? So this was a little bit about the tasniya sighas. Now, let us move on to point out something else here, and that is taftahu. So when you say taftahu, it is sigha number 4, wahid muannas ghaib, and it is the same taftahu at number 7 for wahid muzakkar hazir. Wahid muzakkar hazir. Like if I am talking to a man and I say taftahu. So it means that I'm talking to a man. So that is mukhatab. But I can also say the same word for al-ghaibah. So you see, siga number 4 and 7 are the same. So this is some ease in sigas of al-mudari, that yaftahani is used 3 times, and then taftahu is used twice. And aftahu and naftahu is already very easy. So in a way, the conjugation for fi'l mudari is easier to memorize, because you don't have to memorize 14 sigas. You just have to memorize 1, 2, and 3 lesser sigas, like 11 sigas. Here. Now let's move on to number 7, taftahu, which means anta taftahu, and it translates to you open, or you are opening, or you will open if I am talking to a singular male. Then number 8, which is al-mukhataban. So the pronoun for it is antuma taftahani. Taftahani. Taftahani means you both open, or you both are opening, or you both will open. And then number 9 is al-mukhatabun, which is taftahuna. Antum taftahuna. Antum taftahuna. You all open, or you all are opening, or you all will open. Here we have got the alamat of jama here, which is wow, and noon, orange one. The orange noon is the noon Arabi, which can be changed or can be dropped in certain circumstances. Inshallah, we will study that later. So number 9 is al-mukhatabun, which is the sigha taftahuna, and taftahuna has the wow, which is the alamat jama muzakkar, and then we have the noon Arabi attached to it. Okay, so the next one here is number 10. And number 10 sigha is taftahina, which is for al-mukhatabah. So al-mukhatabat is a lady which we are talking to, like if I'm talking to a lady, I would say anti taftahina. Anti taftahina. You open, or you are opening, or you will open, right? So the letter ya here is the alamat for wahid muannas, and noon again is the noon Arabi. So taftahina has this alamat ya for wahid muannas. Hadir. Now on number 11 is the same sigha, taftahani again. So you see, taftahani, taftahani, and there in number 5 also we had taftahani. So 5, 8, and 11. 5, 8, and 11 are the same sigas, taftahani. And now the last one in al-mukhatab, which is al-mukhatabat. Al-mukhatabat, if I'm talking to many ladies, then I say taftahna. The pronoun with it will be antunna, taftahna. Antunna, taftahna, right? The noon here is the noon niswa. The noon niswa will never be dropped or changed. This is something special about noon niswa, that it will be never be dropped or changed. Antunna taftahna. And what does it mean? It means you all ladies open, or you all ladies are opening, or you all ladies will open. So this is all about mukhatab. 6 plus 6 is 12. And then we have last 2 sigas, which is for ana and nahnu. So ana aftahu and nahnu naftahu. So alamat fi'l mudari is hamza, and alamat fi'l mudari is noon. So either it's a hamza, or a noon, or a ta, or a ya. The acronym here is atain. There are many. There can be like 16 acronyms for this. It can be atain. It can be ya'tan. It can be na'ti. It can be anything, right? So in our times they used to say atain, huruf atain. This is a very famous phrase, huruf atain. Huruf atain means hamza, ta, ya, noon. Hamza, ta, ya, noon, which will always be there before a fi'l mudari. So the fi'l mudari always starts with one of these 4 letters. The fi'l mudari always starts with one of these four letters. Either it starts with the hamza, with a ya, or it starts with a ta, or it starts with a hamza, or it starts with a noon. So what starts with a hamza is one sigha, which is al mutakallim wahid mutakallim. And the sigha that starts with a noon is again one sigha, which is jama mutakallim. Now what we have is yaftahu, yaftahani, yaftahuna. Okay, so taftahu, taftahani, yaftahna. So we have four sighas that start with ya. So 4 plus 1 is 5 plus 1 is 6. So the remaining sighas, the remaining 8 sighas start with the letter ta. The remaining 8 sighas start with the letter ta. Now let's have another look at the conjugation of fi'l al-mudari so we can understand what has been done until now. Yaftahu, yaftahani, yaftahuna, and then taftahu, taftahani, yaftahna. So you can see that the sighas starting with ya are these four sighas only, right? And the other two which start with a ta. And then the next six are taftahu, taftahani, taftahuna, taftahina, taftahani, taftahna. So all six of them are, they start with the letter ta. And if we also include taftahu and taftahani, so it makes 8 sighas. 6 plus 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So 8 sighas start with a ya. 4 sighas start with the letter, I'm sorry. 8 sighas starts with a ta. 4 sighas start with a ya. And 1 sigha start with a hamza and 1 with a noon. There is no other way out of this but to memorize the conjugation. Yaftahu, yaftahani, yaftahuna, taftahu, taftahani, yaftahna, taftahu, taftahani, taftahuna, taftahina, taftahani, taftahna. Aftahu, naftahu. Again. You can practice this conjugation with me right now. Okay. Just rewind the video and practice again, then rewind the video and practice again, then rewind the video and practice again with me. You can do it at least 10-20 times, inshallah. So to be very, very perfect in the conjugation of fi'l mudari. So yaftahu, yaftahani, yaftahuna, taftahu, taftahani, yaftahna. If you cannot remember all the 14 sighas at once, just try 3 of them. Yaftahu, yaftahani, yaftahuna. 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 You see? So you repeat it 10 times and inshallah you will get it memorized. Then come down. Taftahu, taftahani, yaftahna. Be very cautious about number 6. The number 6 sigha starts with a ya. Okay? The number 6 sigha starts with a ya. And this is a mistake that many students do, that they say taftahna. Taftahna is not this one. The taftahna is not sigha number 6. It is sigha number 12. Okay? So again, yaftahu, yaftahani, yaftahuna. Yaftahu, yaftahani, yaftahuna. Try conjugating it again and again. Now we say the 6 figures at once. Yaftahu, yaftahani, yaftahuna. Taftahu, taftahani, yaftahna. Yaftahu, yaftahani, yaftahuna. Taftahu, taftahani, yaftahna. And so on. Then the 6 figures for mukhatab are all with the letter ta. Taftahu, taftahani, taftahuna, taftahina, taftahani, taftahna. And the 2 figures are same. Taftahu, taftahani. So here again we have got taftahani. And here again we have got taftahani, right? So it's the same word. Now, starting from number 7, which is the sigha of mukhatab, taftahu, taftahani, taftahuna, taftahina, taftahani, taftahna. Again, 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 taftahu, taftahani, taftahuna, taftahina, taftahani, taftahna. Now, why am I repeating this so many times? I am repeating it so many times to let you know that this is the only way that you can memorize these sighas. Okay? Either you write them again and again, you write them again and again, or you repeat them orally again and again. Like it's not going to be resolved within 10 or 20 times. You have to do it at least 50 to 100 times. And I am not exaggerating it, okay? You have to do it at least 100 times, okay? To be very, like when you know it like your name, okay? When you know it like your name, then you can move on further in the study and morphology of Arabic verbs. So inshallah. The remaining two sigas are very easy. Aftahu and naftahu. Aftahu, naftahu. Aftahu, naftahu. Aftahu, naftahu. Repeat several times. It's not a problem. Aftahu, naftahu. Aftahu, naftahu. Aftahu, naftahu. Aftahu, naftahu. Okay. Now let's do it once again. Yaftahu, yaftahani, yaftahuna. Taftahu, taftahani, yaftahna. Taftahu, taftahani, taftahuna. Taftahina, taftahani, taftahna. Aftahu, naftahu. Once again. يفتح يفتحان يفتحون تفتح تفتحان يفتحن تفتح تفتحان تفتحون تفتحين تفتحان تفتحن and then أفتح نفتح. Okay, I think that's in more than enough. Now here we have got exercise number 1 on page 26. I want you, all of you, to do these exercises orally and also in written form. What you need to do is to write the conjugation. الغائب, الغائبان, الغائبون, الغائبة, الغائبتان, الغائبات. يبعث starts with يبعث, يبعثان, يبعثون, تبعث, تبعثان, يبعثنا. Remember, figure number 6 starts with a ya. يبعث, يبعثان, يبعثون. And then tab'asu, tab'asani, and yab'asna. So there are 4 sigas that start with a ya. Let me write a ya here. Ya, ya. Okay, what about yaj'alu? So yaj'alu, yaj'alani, yaj'aluna. Taj'alu, taj'alani, yaj'alna. What about yadhabu? Yadhabu, yadhabani, yadhabuna. Tadhabu, tadhabani, yadhabna. Again, number 6 is ya. So the next one, yarfa'u. Yarfa'u, yarfa'ani, yarfa'una. Tarfa'u, tarfa'ani, yarfa'na. Yarfa'na. Okay, that's a very important thing to remember, that siga number 6 starts with a ya. Okay, now let's do the whole conjugation, inshallah. We'll start with yab'athu. Yab'athu, yab'athani, yab'athuna. Tab'athu, tab'athani, yab'asna. Tab'athu, tab'athani, tab'athuna. Tab'athina, tab'athani, tab'asna. Ab'athu and nab'athu. If we have got time, we can write it down for you. Yes, we have got some time. We can write them down for you, inshallah. We cannot afford any mistakes in the i'rab or the harakat. Okay, let's be very clear about it. So yab'athu, yab'athani, yab'athani, yab'athuna, yab'athuna. Or I think it should be bigger. We want to be very, very clear about it, okay? We cannot afford any mistakes in this. Yab'athu, yab'athani, yab'athuna. Likewise, yaj'alu, yaj'alani, yaj'aluna. Right? Yab'athuna barwazne, yaj'aluna barwazne, yaf'aluna. Right? You see, the pattern is the same. Only the root letters change. So yaf'alu, yaf'alu barwazne, yab'athu barwazne, yaj'alu. So all the 3 patterns are the same. And then yab'athani barwazne yaf'alani barwazne yaj'alani. So all the 3 patterns are the same. And then yab'athuna barwazne yaj'aluna barwazne yaf'aluna. So the 3 patterns are same. All the Arabic verbs and nouns follow patterns. They follow patterns, and that pattern is called wazn. That pattern is called wazn. Wow, zay, noon, wazn. Let me write it down. Wow, zay, noon, wazn. Wazn means pattern. So what is wazn and what is maddah? So the three root letters are called maddah. Maddah means matter, material. What's the material inside? So we have some material inside a word and we have a pattern inside the word, right? So the material is called maddah, which are the huruf asliyah, which are here. We have ba, ain, and sa. So ba, ain, and sa is the maddah. Ba, ain, sa is the maddah. Here jim, ain, lam is the maddah, is the material inside the word. And what is the pattern? What is the form of the verb? It is yaf'alu. Yaf'alu is the wazn. Yaf'alu is the wazn or the pattern. Yaf'alu bar wazn yab'asu, bar wazn yaj'alu, bar wazn all the others. Okay. So this is all. Let's move on. We did number 1, 2, and 3. Yab'asu, yab'asani, yab'asuna. Then number 4 we have tab'asu. I'll go a little bit faster, please. Tab'asu, and then we have tab'atani, tab'atani, and then we have yab'asna. Yab'asna, it is sigha number 6. So be very careful about sigha number 6. It starts with a ya. Yab'asna. So there we had yaj'alu, yaj'alani, yaj'aluna. Now we have taj'alu, taj'alani, and then we have yaj'alna. Okay. I'm writing these two conjugations for you that so you don't make any mistakes in Arab and in the spellings in the hijjah. Okay. The noon niswa is yab'asna and yaj'alna. This is noon niswa, which is not a noon Arabic. This is another type of noon that never drops, and it is never changed in any circumstances. So we have got the 6 sigas for ghaib until here. Now we start with siga number 7. So it was tab'asu, tab'asu, tab'asani, tab'asuna. Now we don't have ya in these, right? We don't have ya in these. We just have ta formations. Tab'asuna, tab'asani, tab'asu, tab'asu, tab'asani, tab'asuna. And for ja'ala, yaj'alu, we had taj'alu, taj'alani, taj'aluna. Whenever we start sigha with ta, we always pronounce it in the pronoun of you. And then, so this was sigha number 7, 8, and 9. 7, 8, and 9. Al-Mukhatab, Al-Mukhataban, Al-Mukhatabun. Now let's move on to the feminine ones. Sigha number 10, 11, and 12 is Tab'asina. Tab'asina. Tab'asani. Tab'asna. And for yaj'alu, we had taj'alina. Taj'alani. Taj'alna. Okay, so these noons here are noon niswas. And the other noons right there are noon Arabi. These are all noon Arabi in green. We have noon Arabi. There is a difference between noon Arabi and noon niswa. So these were the sigha number 10, 11, and 12 for feminines. And then we move on to 13 and 14, which is ab'asu, nab'asu, which is sigha number 13 and 14, which is ana and antu, ana and nahnu. Ana ab'asu, nahnu nab'asu. أنا أجعل، نحن نجعل. يبعث يبعثان يبعثون، تبعث تبعثان يبعثن، تبعث تبعثان تبعثون، تبعثين تبعثان تبعثن، أبعث نبعث. يجعل يجعلان يجعلون، تجعل تجعلان يجعلن، تجعل تجعلان تجعلون، تجعلين تجعلان تجعلن، أجعل and نجعل. So what about يذهب؟ يذهب يذهبان يذهبون، تذهب تذهبان يذهبن، تذهب تذهبان تذهبون، تذهبين تذهبان تذهبن، أذهب and نذهب. What about يرفع؟ So يرفع يرفعان يرفعون، ترفع ترفعان يرفعن، ترفع ترفعان ترفعون، ترفعين ترفعان ترفعن، أرفع and نرفع. وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطاهرين. That's all for today. It's too much for beginners. Inshallah, I will see your homework. Homework is necessary and compulsory to learn it. Inshallah, please send me oral conjugations for fail mudare, as many as you can. Just push the talk button on WhatsApp. Just push the microphone and send me more and more conjugations, as many as you can. Okay, you can find. I'll just send some of the masadir for your conjugations. So that's all for today. If there are any questions, please.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम मौलाना, मैं ज़रा देर से ज्वाइन करी, मैं रास्ते में हूँ, कहीं जा रही हूँ, तो मैं शुरू का मिस कर दी, तो आप ये रिकॉर्डिंग भिजा देंगे ना?
जरूर जरूर
जी ठीक है मौलाना, शुक्रिया बहुत बहुत। फ्राइडे से पहले मैं होमवर्क भिजा दूंगी इंशाल्लाह। शुक्रिया।
जज़ाकुमुल्लाह, अहसनती। और कोई क्वेश्चन?